Cardi B just dropped her sophomore album, so it's a big day for women that get cheated on constantly and make it their whole personality. Women that say he know where home at. White women with mixed kids named Jalen, Jaden, and Jalen. And also strippers. It's been like 7 years since Invasion of Privacy dropped, and people have been wanting another Cardi album because it's like, oh, we want more Cardi, and also they want to like invalidate her Grammy win, which is like understandable, you know what I'm saying? But whatever. But whatever, we're here to talk about Am I the Drama? You know what I'm saying? Initial thoughts when I first seen it, 23 tracks is a lot from anybody, but from Cardi B, that's kind of crazy, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Because like first joint, 13 tracks, you can get in and out easily. 23 tracks to sift through from Cardi B is a little bit too much in my opinion. There's a lot of filler on Am I the Drama, and that's nothing that's new with any modern album that's being released right now, but it's so frustrating that they keep doing this because it's like they want to get streams from it, you know what I'm saying? But it will make such a better album overall and listening experience if they just trimmed it down to like 13 to 14 tracks. Favorite track from the album is Hello. That shit crank. That shit cranks something vicious, bruh. The only thing I would change about it is I would add Boss Man D-Lo to that motherfucker. There was a few tracks he could have slid on, honestly. But like I think he I don't know if this for sure, but I think he might have skipped on it because she's dissing a lot of people on this album. So he might not want to be attached to any crazy ass disses to, just to keep out of trouble. Also really enjoy Pretty and Petty. I'm a Pretty and Petty nigga, so it resonated with me. Also, Imaginary Players was a very bold move, bruh. Very bold, because it's going to be a lot of men out there talking about, oh, she's ruining a hip-hop classic. She's ruining a whole classic. And I think she did solid. Like, it's essentially like a gender-bent version of the original, but like, I mean, it's not as good as the original, obviously, you know what I'm saying? But like, she didn't completely ruin the track. My only real problem with this album is the fact that Janet feature wasn't freaky. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like we got two titans of being freaked out on a track together, and it's really just a sample from Janet. It's not a real like feature, but like you have two titans of freakiness and gooning, and you don't take advantage of that, Cardi. What are you doing? What are you doing? Give me some freak shit. But honestly, I'd had a difficult time getting through the album because it's not a cohesive album where every single song serves a purpose and like tells a story in a way, I guess. But like it feels like a bunch of singles that are kind of saying the same thing over and over and over again. Like just talking about how she got cheated on, how she's a crash out, how she takes dingling, likes big dingling, how she be having babies and is really fertile, you know what I'm saying? Like after a while, if you listen to it back to back to back to back to back, it gets repetitive, you know what I'm saying? But I think if you broke it up and listen to like 3 to 5 tracks at one time, it'll be some cool shit to listen to. And like it's obviously a single heavy album, so it's gonna go crazy like on like streaming and in the club and TVs and commercials and things like that. Overall, I think it's a solid album, bruh. Like I think it is a streaming album that's meant to boost her numbers and just make her a shit ton of money. But for Cardi, I think that's a smart move in all honesty because it's, again, like I said in the beginning of the video, it's been 7 years since her last album, and there's been a lot of people that have been wanting more from her, whether that's to kick her down or to boost her up. You know what I mean? But I think it's like a 6, 7 out of 10. Yeah, go stream this shit. It's some cool shit. So it's the next morning, and I've had a little bit of time to reflect on Am I the Drama? And honestly, when I had a conversation with my homegirl, and she put it like this. After 7 years, you would think that she would improve as a rapper in some way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? And like, I'm not saying she needs to be rapping like Lil Wayne or Kendrick and having like double, triple, quadruple entendres in her raps. You know what I mean? But it's just like, it sounds the same as 2018 Cardi B. You know what I mean? And I think it'd be different if she was releasing consistent albums throughout the 7 years, but she hasn't. You know what I mean? It's just like it, because like I think it's okay for a rapper to stay in their lane and to do something repetitive over and over and over again, but like the same different font. You know what I mean? Because there's a market for that. You know, like if you're dependent on the kind of rapper that you are. But with Cardi B, with how much like time has passed and how and especially with her last album getting a Grammy, you would think that like she's gonna reinvent the wheel with that much time. You know what I mean? And I don't. Again, I think that if she would have been consistently releasing albums over that 7 years, I wouldn't have this complaint. But it's just like, come on, bro. You essentially on hiatus for 7 years, and this is what you give us. And I think it's an okay album, but I think that aspect of her not improving as an artist really drags the album down for me, honestly. Like at first it was like six, seven, but now it's like a 5. It's a really mid album, and like there's nothing wrong with it. There's gonna be a lot of people that take a lot from it and enjoy it, but honestly, it's real forgettable, bro. Especially with like the long run time it has.